Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. I went back to the asteroid base because after I finished the torpedoes and I worked on that whole ordeal, I want to now bring back one of the ships and do the docking ports and work more on weapons around. I also want to rework the reactor system, and I did that already on the EMPRESS. I'm just sitting in the airlock. It's not a rework. I want to disconnect the reactor system from the rest of the conveyor systems so that I can put in uranium manually. I always turn off the conveyor systems on the reactors when I put in reactors, and then let an inventory system or something like that handle that. But I personally think I now want to go a bit away from that, have a reactor system that has a cargo container somewhere that I can fill up with uranium by hand maybe, or by, don't know, something else. It is just that I don't want the reactors need to fill themselves, but I don't want to waste or put in all the uranium into the reactors. Again, without using a script or something like that. I could use I don't know, could go for sorters or something like that, but I want to go an easier way. Good. Let us fly the Empress back over to the moon anchor and then then take a look at the docking system. Again, I want to do that early so that I can maybe build a few hours in between. This is relatively early recording, and then I will later continue recording once I have, don't know, achieved something. But sitting here and waiting for a good time window is not what I should do. So remove this, then moon. It does that in the weirdest way, where it stores them in, don't know, not in alphabetical order. It stores them in the order when I have done them or something like that. I don't understand that. Good. Can we do that? Current jump 59. Shouldn't need to jump that far, or did I do something wrong there? Hyperdrive. Should be that. Moon anchor. We will just jump there now and see how bad it is. And I need to get away from here. It is. This area is slow. It's a slow zone. A crazy slow zone. And jump. Nice. Good. Where is the asteroid? It is below us. So we need to turn around the ship. That will take a while. Bring it into position next to the docking port. And then we will build out the necessary connectors in the docking port. I took a look at it. It is not that hard, but again, I want to be I want to have the example here so that I don't go in and build it and then it don't know, it doesn't work once I attach one of the ships. Good, let me park this and I will be back. Don't know, don't know. more to do or something like that. When you have an example, it is just surprisingly easy to set up. But the problem that I have, that I still have the feeling I built something wrong here, but I don't know. Although the measurements in the end, they are the same. When I was back at the station, I kind of took a look at what I have there, and that is just, okay, you have the sloped thing where the docking port sits in, and then you have one block that's away from the outer connectors, and 2 blocks to the inner connector, and it is all 1 block above the center. So it should be easy to do, but again, I fear that I do something wrong if I don't have an example here. So I will wait until this gets all welded up and then place some more blocks. I'm concentrated too much time on getting uranium. Uranium is the big thing right now that I'm constantly missing. And by the way, my changes to the settings of the build and repair system did nothing. I'm still losing blocks. I don't know. Still don't know what's up with that. Don't know. I have to figure it out at one point, because that needs changing, definitely. I have still my red ship there to make some target practice. But again, these torpedoes, they definitely do what they should do. I couldn't really figure out why the one was spinning. I hope it was just because of the hole in the middle. So basically the camera ray casts, I think that's the rework, ray casts where the whole thing is and tries to find it. And I'm pretty sure that it has something to do with when it raycasts the hole in the middle there, then maybe it is not able to grab it. I will definitely take more time out at one point to shoot more of these rockets just to see how they work. The big problem right now is that I don't want to waste them. At the moment, I need to get out there and do more and more resource gathering. I'm running out of the basic resources, so not basic resources, gold, silver. Again, I was very focused on uranium right now, but I still need more, and the same counts for magnesium that I also don't have in all the abundance. And am I still unloading? No, I could make another trip to go and grab some more parts or more ores. I still need to build up the walls. I still need to build up the ceiling in this room. I'm building up the front here. You could see that. I'm building out rooms for the torpedoes so that I can close this off from the rest of the ship, so it can be open to space, and maybe the rest of the ship can be... Yeah, I'm reducing the size of the rooms. I need more thrusters, maybe. I need more... I'm not sure if that is not too close. I need more... gyros. It is a ship of this size in survival is just a bit. It's nice, but it still is a lot of work, because there's always something that you are missing. I also worked more on the battery stack basically down here. So this thing is now filled with batteries. There's channels on each side, so you can travel down this if you need it will be closed off with half blocks. So I have full blocks here on the sides, half blocks, so I don't get too thick of a spire down here. And then again, I want to try do something with colors. I'm not sure if I'm able to do it, but I at least want to try it. More solar panels have been placed. This thing needs to be done. So I can put in. So what I have here is, again, it is one block above the center. This is the center of the tube. Door is one block below. Then the connectors are one block above. So we go here, go one back. The connector needs to be somewhere here, so we can get rid of this. Place this in here because the middle connector, this one, that needs to go onto a conveyor and needs to go one back. This needs to go on in the front. 5. This should fit now. Door, close this off. Some wiring and some conveying, and then I need a door here. The middle. G. Airlock. Airlock. We'll keep one here too. It's better to close off these compartments from each other, but I need to put some air vents in here too then. 6. I will not use the hanger fields here to make it airtight. So the short trip from the one block trip from this airlock to the next one will be in open space. Ugh, dangerous. And put in a wall. Put in a wall. Get rid of this. Close this off. Nice, good. Okay, that's it. We can do some detail work around it, maybe later, but for now I just want to get the functionality done. One thing that I always dread every time I build here is lighting. Lighting up the whole thing is something not really fun. We need some in here, and I think I will leave a corridor that is 3 wide. We will close this off a bit more and have a bit of a gap between the outer wall and the inner wall. For one, we can try to hide. That's a good idea. So air vent, air vent. We try to hide the the event in here, make this whole thing 2 blocks high, the walkway, and then see if we can grab a line from somewhere here. This is the inner wall. We should be able to grab a line from somewhere here. Okay, there. We can go through here somewhere and then grab an airline over to here inside of this double wall. Yes, so let me grab this. We will go with a curve to avoid putting conveyors everywhere. And now this is because we have to save up on conveyors. Because we have to place them here like a crazy man. Okay, go through the wall. That's the way we maybe can then also give a bit of fresh air to the hyperdrive room. We'll go with curves for now. We can, if we need, later exchange that. And we need to do that on the other side too, then later. We'll need another conveyor junction here. Cut this off. 4 junction, thanks, good. That will be airtight in a bit and will hopefully be pressurized. I don't know why this room is not airtight anymore. Maybe I have cut into this room. So, but it should be airtight in a second. Again. Good, this can be filled up. And on the other side we will do something similar, if not the same. Let me work on this and I will come back to you in a bit. So the docking tube is ready. I'm experimenting. Don't be too judgy. I'm still trying to experiment with I don't know if colors, if not what colors, what to use, and I see that, don't know, having heavy armor as floor is kind of flawed, because I thought, I don't know, maybe some wood, but it looks like one of these reinforced pirate chests. Now that doesn't work. Also the nanofiber doesn't really work. Concrete, yeah, there's something in there too, but that looks the most like a carpet. Ugh. I would like to have a carpet thing, something carpety. I don't know. It needs work, but now we can use this. I don't want to dog up the ship right now, because it will just take all the energy. The big one takes all the energy it can get right now. Shields are off. The Empress still has shields, so if something happens we need to turn them on for the big ship. The Empress can go for a bit with the shields turned on. I also stacked some weapons and found that Otto McDonough did some new stuff for the the MA weapons, there's another form of the PDX laser now that seems to be heavier. So this is, as the description says, an all-purpose laser, and it also has slopes. That's a neat thing. I will use a few of these. There's a new weapons pack that I'm testing. Let me go into it. It is ITCC weapons pack, also a weapons core weapons pack. It has stuff that looks like naval cannons again. I like these small ones, kind of. They look busy and all that stuff. I'm not sure if I really like these. These look like these new form of radar reflecting ships with don't know, Visby class corvettes or frigates or whatever they are, and with these angled turrets. I don't know. I don't want these on a spaceship. These I like. There's now more of these, and it's nice to have finally one in weapons core. So maybe some of these around the ship. I've placed down the foe hammer. I don't think we will use this. It looks kind of cool, but that's from a different weapons pack, by the way. We will go to this in a second. Place it down. I don't know if we will use it. It reaches out, does great damage, but the limit on the movement, that's what gets me with it. This is also from the new weapons pack there. As much as I'm searching for it, but this is not what I like. I like the small version of something like this, but for the bigger cannons, I really like the Northwind turrets a lot more. So this can go. We could just mark it for deletion. I need to get rid of the skin, otherwise this will not work. So mark this. This can go. Forehammer can go. And then these are also from one of the packs I already had. I like the big PDWs, PD, whatever they are called. PDC. These are not PDCs. Point defense cannon. Don't know. What would you point defense with it? Buildings, bigger ships. These are nice, and these are also railguns. Smaller. Maybe we could put some of them somewhere. I'm not sure. I still like the Northwind, although they could be bigger. I still really like these turrets. These will stay on, and I will figure out what else to place. There will be a mixture of Ravenbolt will be in there definitely, and some of the MCR NPDCs, because now you can have these retracting and use them as missile defense and stuff like that. Will be interesting. This all is hooked up now. The outside needs still work. Definitely not done yet, but at least we definitely closed it off. This needs more work. I stopped placing blocks here because I wanted to give it a chance to build that up so I can see where I already placed blocks. That's the main concern. Again, this whole thing will be closed. Hopefully at one point all the batteries then are ready and usable. Right now they are just, most of them are still in various build stages. The other side is already done. I couldn't tell you how much power I can draw from them, but they should be good for spikes, hopefully. Next time, again, I will hopefully have done the reactor rework. I need space for the reactors, and then rework that so that they are definitely just... By the way, this side is not done yet. I'm doing one side, then I'm going to the other side to copy that over. But we can already... Is it airtight already? No, because I have a monstrous hole here. I turned off on the build and repair system. I also turned now the option off that build and repair will grind down unowned blocks. Maybe that helps with my vanishing block problem. Hopefully. What's the power situation? 36. It can't be that bad, or? It's loading the batteries right now, so that's why the reactors are so heavily in use right now. Good, but people, I think that is all for today. If you have an opinion on the weapons, maybe let me know. I'm searching for, I don't know. The best way would just be to just put weapons everywhere. But I don't know. I don't want to. I want it armed. I want to have it heavily armed, but it should kind of look nice. And not just, here, weapons everywhere. Every piece of empty hull filled with weapons. The phasers are good in that regard because they just they hide very well. I don't know. Good people, but again, that's all for today. Hope you liked this episode. If you did, please leave a like on the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. See ya, guys.